Toni Morrison quotes, "The people who practice this thing or racism are bereft. Something distorted, psychic, huge waste, corruption, distortion." What do I think about that? I concur. I could talk about that all night. Toni Morrison is one of the greatest African American writers, one of the greatest literature writers, very poetic, very deep, talked about the basis. And I've said it before. It's the worst pandemic known to man. Is nothing like racism, especially when you know that you knowingly are doing it. Now, let me tell you, we know inherently in a culture in a country that is built off of systematic institutionalized racism that has had privilege, white privilege, etc., etc. The denial is the first thing. The cliches, I have black friends, I know black people, I listen to black music, blah, 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 blah. The denial to not acknowledge your privilege is problematic. The denial to act like everything has been balanced and fair is another. You can't possibly say that. Too many variables would have to come into place to make that legit. You have had three African American Supreme Court justices. Let that sink in. Now, if you have that happen every yearly, that's one thing. You're nowhere near it. You've had one African American president, one African American vice president, and how long the country been around. That is what I keep going at. The totality doesn't register, doesn't make sense, so you gotta throw it out the window. So where do you get a line to think that you're equal? How is it that you would tell someone that had the 1964 Civil Rights Act or something like that, that all of a sudden in 60 years you're equal, when there's over 340 plus years that there was not? Been here for 400 years, so how you gonna make a sense where you only been equal for like 60 if you want to play that game? How do you make up for the others and about the people who are in the 80s or 100 who didn't have the same luxury? So make that make sense. See, when you use common logical sense and you use it from a strategical perspective where you circulate and then you bring it into practicality, you can't get no argument because the people don't have no counter for you. They'll take that L. So anyway, having said everything I just got through saying, Toni Morrison was shining the light on that. I'll be quoting her throughout time, and so expect more of her quotes because I think they're very hard hitting, they're actual and factual, and I think this is a very much truth. Uh, the people who do practice it benefit from it. It's distorted, it is psychic. You know, it takes somebody off their natural rocker to profess so much disdain because of a person's color and skin. You know, to go on about how superior, inferior, and use it as a means and doing it knowingly because it is done knowingly. You can't possibly, you'd have to like have like blacks all Congress a majority for the next 60, 80, 100 years nonstop. That's how far back you're behind. And no matter what nobody says, nothing is ever done by content or character. It's done by what they see on the outside. So it is corruption and distortion. It is things that are used to manipulate and to always kind of use as the brack and the bait. That's why people don't want to understand the impact of slavery, etc. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another shit. If you like, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.